still loading the room.
Ooh, and on my screen it says live.
Well, they'll be able to see what we're saying now, even though I can't see the room yet.
Okay.
This is when we stop talking about, secret Illuminati plans.
Yes. Damn it, I had so much more to say.
It's still loading. We were in the Illuminati.
On my screen it's okay. I think, yeah. I hear us. Hey guys. Hello.
All right. We're here.
We're here.
There's nobody else here. There's 2 people.
Nobody else yet?
2 people.
2 people? Hi, people.
This is just a casual Mezcal situation.
Yes, I didn't bring my face paint this time.
Yeah, that was a lot.
My face is very grateful.
No, I did not really. I put on some makeup quickly. This was a rush. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Liz.
Hey, we're both wearing plaid today. We didn't plan it.
Yeah. I'm wearing the shirt you bought me with my plaid too.
Aw, it's a great shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, demons, it's me, your boy. That's what I say to the empty void of my apartment every day.
Have you watched any of the new BuzzFeed Unsolved?
I watched one of the episodes, the one with the body on the beach.
I haven't gotten around to it yet because I think it's not on Hulu yet. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's just on YouTube.
Yeah.
I started one and then it was late at night and I was like, you know what? These are a little spoopy for me late at night. I should watch this show about dead people.
A little too spoopy.
It's funny, like the haunting ones don't scare me, but
the true crime ones are, yeah.
Because I'm not afraid of ghosts. I think if I met a ghost, I could chill with a ghost. People scare the shit out of me.
Yeah. Well, ghosts can only hurt your mind, so.
I don't even know. People can hurt your mind and your body. That's two things.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. People are much scarier than ghosts.
Like if a ghost is just like, ooh, it's like, okay, that's your thing. Here's what I'm about, and we'll be fine. People, I don't know. That's anything goes with people.
Yeah, people are scary. It's true. Stay inside. You should be doing that anyway. Everyone. Everyone stay inside.
Stay inside. Man, if there are ghosts in there, just get to know them. Now is the time to really get to know that ghost in your house. Figure out.
Spend some time with your ghost.
Yeah. Maybe they're just opening your cabinets because they just want someone to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah. Give ghosts a chance.
Yeah. Befriend your ghouls. Of course.
Hey, girlfriend.
Yes. I should get that. I need to get my shaker.
Oh.
I don't need it yet, but I'll need it for the next one. All right. So.
Oh, right.
People here, we're gonna get right into this. We are doing mezcal cocktails tonight. We're gonna try to not get too complicated here. We both have Del Maguey Vita Mezcal. So what the Vita is, this one's kind of the one that you'll generally find in a cocktail price range. It kind of hurts to put a $70, $80 mezcal in a drink with soda and juice and stuff like that. But the Vita is specifically designed to be a little bit of a cheaper mezcal. And the way they do that, they're really clear about what they do. They just take their chichicapa, which is I think 45%. It's a little bit higher proof, and they just proof it down with natural water. So it is diluted, but it's still 40%. So it's still standard proof. It's just a little bit lower than the chichicapa. So you're still getting a really good product. You're just getting it at a price that's a little bit more justifiable to put in a cocktail.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing that, Del Maguey.
Yeah. Yeah. So one of the drinks we talked about on the podcast was the Mezcal Negroni, which I think specifically the context was if you don't necessarily love the taste of mezcal, but you want to make a mezcal drink. I mean, you could also not drink mezcal, but this is a drink that has a lot else going on in it that's not mezcal forward.
Okay, cool. So it's basically we're gonna sub out the what we would normally use gin. We're just gonna sub mezcal, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Simple. So 1-1-1. It's just going to be equal parts vermouth or sweet vermouth, campari, and mezcal. Stirred over ice and garnished with an orange twist if you got it. I don't have an orange. I'm going to use a grapefruit twist.
Nice. Good thinking. I don't have a knife, so I'm gonna use
Gnaw it off with your teeth.
I didn't think about that. Should have got a knife. I'll think of something. All right. I just realized I'm doing this in the wrong order because you're supposed to, well, actually, with a Negroni, I know you're supposed to do the cheaper ingredients first, but I'm not sure what that is because all of this is booze.
It is all booze. And I mean, it's also cheapest and in smallest proportions first, too. So it's all equal parts and it's all booze. I don't know. I would probably do mezcal last, but yeah, depending on what kind of mezcal you got, you could be on the same price point as your Campari. There are a lot more. I should say that the Vita is the one in the Del Maguey line that's kind of priced for cocktails. There are a lot of mezcals out there that are like blends that are like, you know, more affordable for having on your home bar. This just happens to be like it's a higher end line that has a lower end product, which is cool. But there are lots of affordable mezcals out there.
That's awesome.
All right, I've got my stuff. I'm going to stir for one big cube because I love using those big cubes. So
the big cubes are cute. I like the big cubes. They're very sexy. I like the big cubes that are, have you seen well, of course you have seen them. You've seen, you know about ice, right? The spheres are so cool. I like the ice spheres.
Yeah, you know, I love those, but I worked at a bar back at a very fancy cocktail bar for a while, and I had to make like 5 kinds of ice in the setup duty. One of them was breaking out like 50 spheres every night, and my hands would hurt. I wear like 3 layers of gloves.
Oh my god!
Breaking out all the big cubes and breaking out all those spheres because they're kind of hard to get apart. I would just have numb hands for the first hour of a shift. So I can't look at those without a bit of like a trauma response. Like, oh, the cubes.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay. That's fair.
They are cute. They're great to have at your home bar. Having them in a bar that's busy and you may need a lot of them is just, you know,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's not.
Right. Slightly inappropriate grapefruit peel.
My grapefruit peel is really inappropriate because I just carved it out with a bar spoon.
Is that what you did?
I did. I didn't want to get up. I didn't leave a lot of room for myself back here.
You know,
I don't want to disrupt the set.
I have plenty of room and I don't want to get up. In general. I just don't want to get up these days. Who wants to get up anymore?
No.
Getting up is a pre-pandemic notion.
Don't get up.
Now.
If you can afford to not get up, don't get up.
Don't get up. Stay inside. Don't get up. Friend your ghouls. Welcome to Neat.
Yep, that's the message basically.
We're not mental health professionals, and it shows.
Yes, definitely, and we thank all of the essential workers because we are not doing that, and we are not qualified. So
this is the work we have to offer.
Yes.
Here's our Mezcal Negronis. Cheers. Virtual cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Oh.
It definitely, I think I said this on the last one. I don't really love like Negroni's not really my drink of choice, but if I'm gonna drink a Negroni, I like a Mezcal Negroni because something about the Mezcal like breaks up everything
Yeah.
a bit more, whereas the gin, like, there's a lot of herbal medicinal flavors there that the gin plays into. The Mezcal is so savory and kind of briny almost in response and citrusy
Yeah.
that it creates a whole other layer of flavors that I think marries together maybe even better than with gin. I think.
I agree. I like this a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit more refreshing, a little bit lighter. Like I said, citrusy, drier, the salinity there that you get if you're using like a nice kind of, I don't know, like I always use it as like that rocky taste, and that doesn't sound good, but it is good. It's a good taste, and Mezcal has it. It's like slate.
Oh, that's what you were talking about, like licking a rock.
Yeah, I love that licking a rock taste.
Nice. Hey, it's good.
I mean, yeah. However you want to describe it, I don't know.
My sister used to eat rocks as a kid.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a fact that we know about your sister now.
She was really, really little.
Everybody ate rocks at some point, right? Like those
Yeah.
soft rocks.
Or wait, well, one of my sisters ate rocks and the other one ate coins. And then I ate mushrooms from the backyard.
Mm.
So we all ate some weird stuff.
I ate crayons. I think that was my favorite.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever get the taste of you can never really capture the taste of crayons in a cocktail.
I don't think I would want to.
You don't miss it?
It's been a while since I've tried one. Maybe I got time. Maybe I'll get crayon.
I don't know. It might be kind of like a nostalgia taste.
What that's like.
Yeah.
All right. Click over the chat, see what's going on before we move on to our next drink. Liz, everybody wants to know how you got that makeup off.
Coconut oil.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not just for popping popcorn, although it does make some delicious popcorn.
All right.
Yeah. Coconut oil is so versatile. You know, you can cook with it, take your makeup off with it, lots of stuff. Don't leave it on your face though. Do wash it off because it's got sugar in it. So it'll attract bacteria because they like to eat sugar. So you got to wash your face afterwards. But yeah, that's how the drag queens, I'm not going to speak for all drag queens. A lot of drag queens take off makeup with coconut oil or some kind of oil. It breaks down the makeup. That's
good to know. When you said you were using a lip stain, I was real worried because I can't get those off of just where they're supposed to go, let alone the rest of my face.
Yeah, I was surprised that it came off, but I don't know. It worked out. It worked out, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm just lucky. It was worth it.
I'm gonna wait for a second. All right. Well, all right. So I think it's time we move on to our second drink. We've got an original.
Oh yeah.
Next, I say it's an original cocktail, but it's definitely something that lots of people have made because it's a lot of common elements that go together. It's just not like a call drink, a drink you could say the name of and get at a bar. So
yeah.
I don't think we're losing the wheel here, but
yeah. Well, I'm excited because we get to shake this one. I like shaking drinks.
Yes. So we wanted to make the second drink very different from the Negroni. So this is going to be a light, refreshing highball drink. It's sort of a play off of Paloma, which is a traditional tequila cocktail. It's usually like a grapefruit soda, lime juice, and tequila. And you can make it fresh with like agave, grapefruit juice, and soda. But what we're going to do is we're going to use fresh grapefruit juice. We're going to use some cinnamon syrup that we both made, mezcal, fresh lime, and a little bit of angostura bitters, and then top it with soda. So it's Paloma adjacent.
Yeah.
Now, what did you?
Exciting.
Liz named it. What did you name it, Liz?
I thought it would be cute to name it 400 Rabbits after the myth. The McGay myth that you told on the podcast.
Yes, if you haven't, there's. I was going to recap, but there's a lot. There's a lot.
There's a lot of stuff goes into that myth.
But at some point, there were 400 rabbit gods of inebriation, and
Yes.
I don't know, maybe they all had sex with each other. Anyway, we're gonna make a drink in their honor because they
Yeah. Yeah, they do know how to party.
All right.
All right.
Let's see. We're gonna do. I haven't juiced my limes yet. I'm just gonna juice my limes into my jigger.
Cute.
But it's gonna be just a half ounce of lime juice. Since we're gonna have grapefruit in there too, and especially if you're using fresh grapefruit, you're gonna get a lot of acidity from that. If you're using canned or bottled, you might want to adjust the sweetness and the citrus levels on this, because you might not get you're gonna get more sweetness and less citrus from like the processed bottled juice. No problem if you're using that. It's totally fine, but just you know, it might play a little sweet if you're using like what's the brand?
Ocean spray? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. If you're using ocean spray, you're probably, so would you say you would want to use like more lime to balance that out?
Yeah, maybe like up the lime to 3/4 and drop the grapefruit to 3/4. Because we're gonna do an ounce of grapefruit to a half ounce of lime. But
Okay.
that's presuming you're using fresh.
I love grapefruit juice.
Me too.
So yummy.
All right, so I've got a half ounce of lime juice. Ounce of fresh grapefruit.
Gorgeous.
We talked about this beforehand. It kind of depends on how sweet you like your drinks as far as the cinnamon syrup goes. I don't like a sweet drink, so I'm gonna do 3/4. You could do up to an ounce if you like a sweeter drink or pull it back anymore, but I don't think you'd want any more than an ounce.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with 3/4 too.
Still have cinnamon chunks in mine. That's fine. They'll filter out.
Yeah, I have grapefruit pulp in my shaker already and a few cinnamon chunks.
That's fine. That's what the strainer's for.
Exactly. All right.
All right. I'm gonna do an ounce and a half of mezcal. Just with a little lower alcohol on this cocktail. Oh, and I almost forgot my bitters.
Oh, we're gonna put that in the shaker?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we add it afterwards.
Yeah, you can put it on top for like the visuals of it, but
okay.
The visuals on top specifically to deal with a funky nose that you want to work around. I don't think this one's gonna have that problem. There's nothing going in there that's gonna present that, so we'll just add it.
Okay. Oh no, I can't get a hold of my ice.
Nope.
It's getting away from me.
Slightly meld together over here.
All right. I got like a really nice rhythm when I was just making a drink for myself the other day, and I can't figure out what I was doing. I was kind of doing like a pitch forward shake, and it felt really professional, and now I can't recreate it. So I just look like a fool.
You just gotta you can't be thinking about it, you know? You think about it, you know people are watching.
Yeah, I know. I do. I'm trying to, it's not working. You know what? It's shaking. That's fine.
That's the most important part about shaking a cocktail.
Shaking it.
All right. There's my drink in a glass, and then I'm just gonna top it with soda water. For some reason, the store I went to didn't have regular sparkling water. I just had this weird can that's called ugly water. I don't know why it's ugly. That's just cool water, but it's just water.
I think it's cool. I think it's a good value. Ugly, you know, water. It's the can is recyclable. You know, better than a plastic bottle.
Yeah.
Less waste.
Whenever you do a drink like this where you're topping it with soda, I think it's kind of good. It's to make a better drink. you want to incorporate a little bit. Obviously, you don't want to shake with soda because things explode. You can either give it a little stir where you just kind of like stir it down in the drink and lift a bit, or you can do a roll where you actually just put it between the glass and your shaker.
Oh.
They're both just kind of quick things that you do at the bar, so you're not
Nice.
up top and too much taste.
All right.
I'm gonna put a little lime wheel on mine.
I don't think I can cut a lime with a spoon.
No, don't try.
I got lucky.
No,
I got lucky with the grapefruit.
You need a garnish. It's fine.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's refreshing.
Yeah.
Also, I'd say another drink that doesn't really, I don't want to say the mezcal takes a backseat, but it just kind of adds a nice earthy smokiness, but it's not very like, it's not as confrontationally mezcal-y as you would get with like a mezcal margarita, or like a mezcal old fashioned.
Yeah, I think it incorporates the smokiness really well. I think like the cinnamon does a really good job of like kind of bridging the gap between the citrus and the smokiness.
Yeah, that's
nice.
Anytime you can like grapefruit and cinnamon are good friends in the cocktail world to each other, and that combination goes really well with tequila, with mezcal. You see it used a lot with rums, especially like grassier rums, like agricole rums. It's a really beautiful like combination of flavors that work well with those spirits. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nice. It works very well. It's a very well balanced, refreshing drink.
Now that I'm having this, because we didn't test this ahead of time, I'm like, oh, this is good. You know what? If you do like the smokiness of mezcal, putting some like Maldon sea salt, like smoked sea salt on this.
Ooh.
Great. Or even just some regular sea salt, like doing a little salt rim on this, I think would really like punch it up a bit. So
oh yeah,
definitely open to that in the future.
Yeah, nice.
We take two. All right. Well, those are some mezcal cocktails. Now, of course, if any of you have any questions or comments, we're gonna flip on over to the YouTube and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Sounds great. I'm actually on my phone today to try to avoid what happened last time where my computer just crashed and kicked me off the call. So it's kind of hard for me to switch over to YouTube to see those comments right now, but I'm ready.
Let's see. Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hi, guys.
A lot of familiar faces, some first timers here. Yeah. Hey, Alex. We thank you on the podcast. I think twice now, but I'm happy to see that you're here.
Alex, hi.
Oh, that's good. Somebody's dog is watching us, and hi, dog.
Hi.
Oh,
hi, baby.
So good. You're so good.
You're so good. Who's the best buddy?
Man, I like that people watch us, but I really like that dogs watch us.
Yes. Get more dogs on here. I want to talk to dogs.
Watch with your dog. Yay. Somebody's using their new coaster and stick it on the laptop. Oh, yay. Thank you.
Yay. That's awesome. Alex
says we both have great quarantine hair. Liz, your hair is fresh. Like you
oh yeah,
roots,
I
right?
did my roots today. I was very tired of the way that my hair looked and I wanted to be cute again. So I did it today because I can't cut it anymore because I don't trust myself to make that decision of how to cut hair short. So I'm just gonna dye it. That's fine.
I cut my hair with I cut my hair with my fabric scissors, which felt specifically unholy because it's like you don't cut your hair with anything but hair cutting scissors.
Hair scissors,
you don't
yeah.
use your fabric scissors for anything but fabric. And I just crossed the line there, but
I feel like those things are close. Like of all the things you can cut, hair and fabric, at least like kind of feel like they would be in the same family because like fabric is made of threads and hair is kind of like, I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know. It's probably not even close and it's but it's something I feel like that's something that I would do improvisationally.
Any seamstress watching this is just screaming right
Oh
now.
no. Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah. But you did, I mean, you did a really good job of you just cut the front, right?
I cut the front neck. Well, I started cutting the back, and then I just decided I was going to lean into the mullet for a while.
Yeah.
It's kind of a baby mullet. I'm just letting it grow, letting it go. See where it goes. Who knows? I'm really impressed by how many people are just shaving their damn heads. Like,
I am glad I don't have a razor because
it's like I don't have one either. I'm like, maybe I probably get there. One of these nights, be like, you know what I could do? Shave it off.
I might go for like I would go for like an undercut. I don't think I'm confident enough in the shape of my head to just shave everything off. But I mean, the nice thing, the really beautiful thing I think is happening is that people are just like, fuck it. Like, you know, it's time to really freak out and figure it out.
I mean, that's like of all the things, of all the choices you might make during this period, like hair is the one where it grows back.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Taller if you shave it off. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
okay. Some people have used fabric scissors on wigs. Alex says I crossed the line, and I felt like I was directing at you. So thank you for understanding. Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know. I wish I have this I think this is just something like being like a queer person, hair color just shows up in your bathroom cabinet and you have to resist the urge to use it or use it. It's just it manifests with your sexual identity. Because I have like a tube of turquoise hair dye in my bathroom that I brought with me from a previous apartment that I didn't use there. But it's like, well, I have to have it though. And like maybe one of these days, I don't know. I've been blonde for a long time now. But
I mean, you're one step away from turquoise then.
That's true. It's a step one. I've been phase one. Maybe it's always been build up to that. Who knows?
I mean, I kind of like, because I have chosen this color, I've kind of nixed my possibility for anything that's not in this family of color, because if I tried to use like blue or green, it would like just come out brown because I already have all the orange in there. So maybe that's a good thing that I've kind of cornered myself into not being able to make those choices. But I don't know. Sometimes I do want blue hair though.
Like the blue green family, and that's always the hardest stuff to get out too. Like once you go there, you just kind of have to grow new hair, and then it can be a different color. But that hair is not any other color.
Yeah, it's gonna be blue. Yeah. That's fine.
But I never looked at a person with blue hair and been like, nah, not on you. Like never once have I thought that's cool. Why is that not mine? Blue.
Yeah.
Hair. No.
Yeah.
I bet we've got some good hair stories.
Looks good on everybody.
Yeah. Bangs, accidental bangs. Yeah. You know,
accidental bangs.
I got bangs from my big sister gave me bangs. I think she was maybe 3, 4, and I was like 1 or 2. And like mom left the room for like a minute and came in and looked at me and was like, what is wrong with Taylor? And I just like, I'd had kind of shaggy hair and it was just like straight up like this. Just like a long tad on my hair.
I mean, I'm glad that you weren't like that they're like scissors plus baby, that you weren't like maimed. That's good. That's a plus.
Yeah, no, apparently that was her thing for a minute. She would like she like would cut all the hair off like her toys and her dolls and stuff and hide it
Mhm.
behind her bed. So that my hair joined the pile, the weird hair pile. She's a doctor.
Ooh.
It worked out. I don't know.
Yeah, she had practice cutting things. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I've always had hair. That's a different story. I had bangs when I was really little, and I think when I was like 5, I had bangs and I decided I didn't want bangs anymore. So I got my mom's scissors and I cut my bangs off because I didn't want them anymore. So I thought, I was 5, but that was my logic, that I'm gonna cut them off so that I don't have them anymore. But spoilers, when you cut bangs, they just become shorter bangs.
Yeah.
You can't stop the process like that. Doesn't work that way.
Yeah. It's an even longer bangs that you're gonna be stuck with.
Yeah.
Uh,
I didn't understand how hair works. So now I know hair grows.
I still don't really understand how it works. I just kind of have one of those cuts where like I pay somebody to just make it a mess because that's what I want. So when I need to do it on my own, I kind of can. You just
Hey.
twist up pieces so you don't get even cuts and just snip. It's fine. Somebody asked, about this mixing this. You mentioned earlier about that you were mixing smallest and cheapest things first in a drink. Is that a personal preference, mezcal, or general rule? That is a rule that we follow in professional bartending. And it's for a really simple, really dumb reason. If you make a drink wrong and you realize it after you've maybe put like the wrong syrup with the wrong juice, you're throwing away maybe 50 cents worth of product. But if you put the liquor in first and then do something wrong, you can't put the liquor back in the bottle. That's gross. Yeah. And also it's going to be a more expensive loss. So it's really just a common sense rule that we follow to try to, if we mess something up, like in service, we can suffer the cheapest losses possible.
Makes sense.
I've also, a lot of bartenders put their bitters in first, and I do when I'm bartending at the restaurant. I always do, and I thought that was like a weird, like it's a rule you have to follow, but why? And the only explanation I've been given is because you might forget them otherwise. So when it's the first thing you do, which is true, like forgetting bitters it's an easy thing to do because even if you straw test your drink, like I'll know if I left something out when I straw taste it. But if I forgot my bitters, it's going to be a little bit like, wait, it's right, but it's slightly wrong. Whereas if you forget your syrup, it's like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Let's see. What's your favorite super duper cheap cocktail? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, Liz, do you have a good favorite cheap cocktail?
Well, you can always order a shot of tequila with a bunch of limes.
Is that your thing?
I mean,
I don't know if I can endorse that order as a bartender because we have to cut those limes. And
I know. That's mean. I don't know. I feel like all the things that I used to use as like cheap cocktail hacks, I'm like, now that I've worked in service and I know a lot of people in service, like I would not do those things anymore because they're mean and annoying. So not to say that there isn't a good answer for your question. I'm sure there is, but I'm trying to think of my experience. And yeah, I don't know as far as like hacks, maybe like I don't know. I mean, I think there's reasonably priced cocktails that are pretty simple and have like a pretty, I mean, a lot of times like more like standard cocktails are going to be a little bit lower price wise than like, and depending upon where you go, but most places will have a happy hour, and if they're the right kind of place, they'll have a happy hour margarita. That's a cheap and simple cocktail.
Yeah. I mean, for me, sometimes it's about, because I think with cocktails, you can order when you're ordering like a cocktail by name, like you're ordering a margarita or a old fashioned, you're gonna get, unless you specify a spirit, a lot of times you're gonna get a well spirit, and depending on what kind of bar you're at, that well might not be awesome. So, like a lot of my go-to orders, I always have a spirit in mind that if the bar has it, and especially like popular spirits that most bars have, like I know it's a decently priced bottle, so I'm gonna get like a cheaper drink with it. Like Old Overholt old fashions are my go-to. I like rye old fashions, and Old Overholt for like standard solid rye will make all of your rye cocktails deliciously. It's a cheap bottle. It's in the 20s. Like you don't need to have an expensive old fashioned made with a $60 bottle of bourbon, like a Old Overholt fashioned. It's great.
Same with what's the tequila, the Espolón tequila? It's usually the same price as the well tequila, and it's great.
And I mean, at most you pay maybe $1 or $2 more for Espolón.
It's worth it.
It's totally worth it. You're getting a better drink, and most of the time, the way that this is a behind the scenes thing. Like the way that cocktails are priced is usually if you're calling a liquor, you're getting that liquor price with a cocktail upcharge, which is probably on par with the well cocktail of like you get a well tequila margarita if you just order a margarita, but if you ask for an Espolón margarita, it'll probably be the same price, but you're getting a better spirit. So I think having some spirit knowledge and like being aware of what the bar stocks, you can get a better drink for less money. Yeah, and I mean, obviously, don't assume that just because you know a cheap spirit, the bar should have it. Like I love the people that come in and they play like the guessing game of like, do you have this? Do you have that? And I'm like, here's my liquor list. You can look at it. I'm gonna keep telling you no. I just want you to, like, it's all here for you. You can look.
Yeah. Oh man.
Naming like esoteric spirits that you like. Like, do you have this? No, here's what we have. What about this? No, here's what we have. Like,
yeah, it's all here. And most places do have a liquor list for that reason.
Yeah. And most bartenders will, also if you ask for something like, I don't want well, but I want something like decent, they'll like, it's pretty standard that we all have an answer for that. So that's what I kind of feel like, treat yourself to something better than well, because cheap, like it doesn't matter how good the cocktail is. If it's made with bad booze, it's not going to be a good drink.
Yeah, it's going to make a huge difference if you just take that. You get a tiny upcharge, get a little bit. Yeah, you want to, as far as cheapness goes, like you don't want to sacrifice the taste of the drink. Don't do the thing that I said with the shot of tequila and a bunch of limes. It was a bad joke and I don't recommend it. But it is something that I did because I was a jerk at some point in my life. Maybe still sometimes. I don't know. Catch me on a good day. Yeah. Don't do that though. It's mean.
I think there's an in reason. If you want like a neat tequila and you want like, I give you some extra limes, I think, even if you're just going to squeeze them in there in front of me, I get it. That is a way. Yeah. Sometimes I'll ask for whiskey with bitters because what I want is an old fashioned, but I also like a really dry old fashioned. So if like they have like a decent well bourbon sweeter, like Heaven Hill is a good well bourbon.
Oh yeah.
Heaven Hill and some bitters to me is about as sweet as I want an old fashioned. There's no sugar. So it's a workaround.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I feel like that's a workaround. It's a little bit sometimes could be a better solution than like trying to explain to a bartender how you want them to make your old fashioned.
Yeah.
Especially if they're really busy.
Because it's one of those drinks that I like. It's really only a quarter ounce of. If you're dealing with syrup, it's a quarter ounce of syrup. Not a lot. There are bars that muddle a sugar cube, and that tends to make a nice dry old fashioned because not all the sugar breaks down. But if they're using syrup, they're using the tiniest measurement of syrup, so it's going to be pretty on the dry side. So I don't know. I think it's kind of you read the room. If your bartender's delicately telling them how you like your drink, maybe isn't the best option. But if you've got the bartender's attention and they've got a chill night, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, hey, here's how I like a drink. Can I get it this way? Some people are weird about that, but I don't agree with those people.
Fair.
Yeah. This is interesting actually. Someone in the chat, they're talking about amaretto and how people with nut allergies haven't had a problem with it. This is something that in a lot of things that have been distilled and like heavily filtered, I run into this with the milk punch that I make at work. One of the ones we do is made with milk, but people with dairy allergies, intolerances don't have a problem with it. And I don't know if it just comes down to the kind of proteins or the kind of like sediments that are filtered out. I would never serve somebody with a nut allergy amaretto because I would be afraid. But then I've heard that too, that it's not a problem for people with a nut allergy. I don't know. I mean, also a lot of it is made with artificial extract too. So there's that.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I would just, I like, I have a pretty similar opinion from like working in service. Like, I'm just like, if there's a chance that it might hurt you, please, I don't want to give it to you.
Yeah, that's like, that's, I mean, I can't like, I have a bottle of amaretto, whatever even says anything on it. But I feel like that cheap bottle of amaretto that like a lot of bars are mixing with, that is a fake almond extract that they're using. That is a chemical flavoring. So it could be that.
Okay.
But, if you got the good stuff, then they're definitely using like real infusions of nuts.
Yeah.
But definitely stay away from orgeat because there's no filtration that goes on there. That is just a nut milk that's been cut with a sweetener.
Yeah.
So, did anyone? Oh, let's see. Do we have any other questions that we can answer? What's your favorite? I'm feeling too lazy to make a cocktail. Does this cherry rum mixed with dark rum count as a cocktail? Cherry rum.
Oh,
cherry rum for.
Who's she? I don't think I've had that either.
I mean, honestly, when I don't always. I mean, the thing I've talked about that before, but when I don't want to like really commit to making cocktails, I don't want to break up my shaker. I don't want to break up my jigger. A lot of times, I'll just do like eyeballed equal parts martinis or the bamboo cocktail I was talking about, which is sherry and vermouth. Like I like those because you can measure them. You could also just put it in a glass of ice and it's done. Some gin, some vermouth, eyeball.
Yeah.
Because lots of things within those range of proportions taste good. So I don't know. I don't know. I also really like a lot of liqueurs and prosecco make easy things that taste like they're fancy cocktails, but it's it's like Aperol and some prosecco, Campari and some prosecco, like or any kind of sparkling wine. Any kind of liqueur you have, sweet liqueur, and some prosecco or juice. I love a mimosa. I love a grapefruit juice mimosa.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's really just a fun mixer with a bottle of prosecco. That's when I don't want to think. That's my go-to.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess I'm not really partial to sweet, so like I can really get by with like I mentioned tequila and lime juice or some other juice, and a spirit, like a nice spirit, a nice rum or a nice tequila, with like either lime, lemon, orange, grapefruit. I love grapefruit. I got some grapefruit.
Yeah.
I mean, really having like I'd say like the little hand juicer is a really good investment because then like if you just have fruit lying around, some like lemons or limes or whatever, like fresh fruit juice really makes a big difference. Like I don't think I would want to mix like the bottled orange juice with something, but like I would if I like just squeezed an orange,
Yeah. I agree. I think it's you don't really have to really if you don't like if you want a lazy delicious cocktail, that's there's so many like just fresh juice or some bitters in a cool spirit. That's always an easy thing to try out. And yeah, ultimately, like you said, like just a good spirit on the rocks. Like it's not just I think a lot of people are kind of afraid of that, like, just sipping something clean, but with the right dilution, because dilution is what makes
Yeah.
a lot of things drinkable. That's, opens up a lot of spirits, and you can really like let like a good pour of scotch kind of sit there and open up with like an ice cube in it and get a really nice, like relaxed drinking experience with no work, just scotch and ice.
Just ice cubes.
Alex asked a great question. Can you plan some some fun Pride happy hours so we can party or go dance? Yes.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
I know. I feel too. I'm sure I feel like this is the feeling on Pride right now. The corporate stuff has been making Pride kind of hard to swallow for the last couple of years anyway. So it's like, I'm still sad that we're not going to have it. Like I'm going to be sad about that. But I like the idea of like having cool, like creator produced Pride events that we can attend and promote and do. And, it's not like Old Navy Pride float.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we will definitely, let's have a party. I mean, oh my gosh, June is coming up.
Yeah, wow, I know.
We've got to start planning for that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely have some fun Pride happy hours. And anybody that wants to write to us about performing or doing drag or whatever, let us know. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, let's figure something out.
Yeah,
we can do it. We got a little time to plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a few more of these. What are your general thoughts on wine? Well, I have many thoughts on wine.
Oh, I've got thoughts.
Wine's a funny industry. My first high-end restaurant gig, we had like 2 weeks of training before we opened, and we had wine training, and the person that was teaching us, the sommelier, the first thing she said to us is, wine is a lie. And that's always she's like, there's what's in the bottle, and that is good or bad, and there's a lot of room in between that. But what sells a bottle is its story, its ambiance, how you can describe it. Like, it was all about presentation and not really about substance. I thought that's true. Wine is beautiful. I love wine. I'm a wine drinker before I'm a beer drinker, absolutely. But I do think like it's one of those industries where it's good to have a little bit of knowledge, because I think, and this is true actually, a lot of sommeliers will say this, like the best wines in the world exist at a price category that's pretty affordable. A lot of times you're paying more than that. You're paying for the name, you're paying for the story, you're paying for the prestige. You're not paying for the grapes, you're not paying for the juice. I really go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say there's actually, I recently watched an episode of Adam Ruins Everything that talks about this specifically. And yeah, basically there was a study done where they brought in some like top sommeliers and brought them like $5 wine in like a nice bottle. And they were like, this wine is wonderful, and I can take, and like I would rate it like this, and this is what I think about it. And they brought like the $70 wine in the $5 wine bottle, and they trashed it, and like they had no idea that they had switched the wines. So like, I mean, it's like, and not to say that I'm not saying that there is an April Ludgate quote from Parks and Rec that's like, all wine tastes the same, and if you pay more than $5 for it, you're an idiot. I don't necessarily believe that, because I've had some wines that I don't like, and I've had some wines that I really like. And I would just say that it's not like, a lot of it is hype, and really just like, it's more about like finding something that you like, and like figuring out what it is about that you like, and finding similar things, because like there are so many different tastes in wine. I recently went on a case of wine with my roommate, so I'm learning about some wines that I like normally wouldn't venture to pick out. And we had this one the other night that I'm like, this is like kind of funky, and she's like, yeah, it's there's something in like certain wines that they call it like it tastes like a foot, but that's like a thing.
Yeah, that's like a good
Doesn't. Yeah, it's a good thing, but it's like it's got kind of like a funky, cheesy taste, which like not everybody's gonna be into, and some people are super into. So it's just about finding what you like.
Well, I think too much in the past. There's been a lot of intimidation tactics in the wine, and let's be honest, in the spirits industry, in the cocktail industry, where it's like we want that air of mystery around it because we want you to buy those expensive things and we want you to trust us. And I think that I like full what do we talk transparency. I think it's important to pay for quality products that are made in ways that are like responsible to the environment, responsible to the farmers that are involved, responsible to the people that make it. But I think anything above that is not worth paying for. And I always want to pass that knowledge on to consumers. And I think we as like service industry people need to start holding ourselves to that standard too, where I don't want to sell somebody an overpriced anything because I think I can intimidate them into being afraid to not trust my opinions. There's so much of that in like the last couple decades in the service industry. I think, there's a price point where if you're getting like at this day and age, if you're getting a $2 bottle of wine, I don't know, like is how cheap can a product get that is still ethically made? But that being said, that $15 to $20 price range, and even lower than that, like I'd say $10 to $20 price range, find some of the best wines in the world that are just doing the right things, but that's kind of it. It doesn't cost more than that to produce a bottle of wine. So why are you paying that much?
Good question.
Yeah, somebody recommended, Michael recommended the Pairing podcast, which is good for picking wines. It is okay to please always feel free to recommend other podcasts. It's really good.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will check that out.
Yeah, it's not a competing podcast because we don't really talk about wine.
Yeah.
There's just so much to talk. Like I feel like I'm interested in talking about wine, but there's so much to talk about.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into I said we'll get into wine. We'll get into specific varietals. I know.
Yeah.
Hey, we did cover White Zinfandel though. I thought.
Oh yes, we did, and we did champagne. Yeah, those are the wines that we care about: champagne and white zin.
Yeah. Well, somebody said like, what kind of wines do you like to drink? I drink. Gosh. I like rosé. I'm one of those people. I love rosé. I love bubbles.
Yeah, me too. Oh, I love bubbles.
Yeah.
I've been really into. Yes. Speaking of bubbles, I've been really into Lambrusco lately.
Oh, wait. Do you mean like the dry Lambrusco?
I mean, like, I don't know. Actually. I'm not sure exactly what I've been drinking, but it's like it's chilled and it's a little sparkly Lambrusco.
That would be a cool episode because Lambrusco is one of those like, what is it, Reunited? It's like one of those gallon jugs of like, and it's sweet as heck and it's sparkling red. And it's like juice, but that's the original style of Lambrusco is on the dry side sparkling red. And I love it. And there are a lot of brands that have been trying to bring that style back, like sparkling red wine is a good thing. It's not all going to be like sparkling grape juice, like the Reunited stuff is, which was my childhood. Like I remember my grandfather drinking that and thinking it was the shit. But
for sure.
Yeah, I love like a dry Lambrusco.
Yeah, the stuff that I've had lately hasn't been super, super sweet. I know what you're talking about because I was thinking about this when I was like at a liquor store the other day and I saw the big bottle of Lambrusco and I was like the jug and I was like, oh yeah, that's not the one I've been drinking. That's a little different.
Oh yeah, because I think if you see there's one that's popular right now. It's got like kind of a brown label, and that one's really good. I'm trying to think. Lambrusco 95 or something. Anyway, I don't know the name. It's not worth mentioning.
Yeah, I don't know.
But Yeah, I don't know. I don't drink a lot of white, like flat white. I drink a lot of red if I'm drinking wine. I like spicy reds. I like Tempranos and Malbecs and
Yeah.
oh gosh, Riojas.
Yes.
Yeah. Or like
Ooh.
I also like Pinot Noir sometimes because I don't know, I'm always cooking vegan food, which just doesn't have the fattiness to live up to like hearty reds. So if I'm having
Okay.
wine with cooking, it's like Pinot Noir, go to your own.
Oh, I like Toblerone.
I love it. I love
Yeah. So much.
yes. Sparkling reds, pizza wine. Yes, that is good pizza wine.
Yes.
Boone's Farm.
Absolutely.
I grew up on Boone. I grew up in West Virginia, so I grew up on Boone's Farm. That is not wine. Not wine.
What is
I
it?
would love
What
to
is
know the
that?
story behind Boone's Farm. I mean, I've given you the history of Four Loko. I am down with that.
Okay. I want to hear about it.
Oh. Strawberry Hill. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
All right. Any other? Yeah. Somebody. Okay. So anybody that asked about the Pride stuff, we have our email. Wait, what is it? Neatboozecast@gmail.com. Is that right? Did I say that right?
It is neat the
No,
boozecast
we got the bell on that
at
one.
gmail.com. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
But you can also DM us on Twitter and Instagram if you don't get through to our email. But yeah, you can email us.
Yeah.
You guys are cool. You can email us. I think it's neat the boozecast at gmail.com. But then all of our social media is neat boozecast.
I don't know why that was a me thing. So I thought that's too many letters, and then it was dumb. It was a dumb me thing that we just stuck to. But oh well, we did it. No going back.
That's okay. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It's just, some of it's with the article, some of it's not. That's okay.
Yeah, but anybody that has any ideas or thoughts or wants to team up, will definitely. I think now is the time that we could start maybe putting together a cool, like couple like day or two of some happy hours and some surrounding events. So
Yeah.
please reach out to us.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what we can plan, what we can get together. That'd be awesome.
Let's see. Any other questions? So somebody asked if we've considered contacting anyone at distilleries. I actually have a lot of contacts at distilleries, and I would love to bring them on the podcast. Sort of was always the thing we talked about, and then just have not done. So I don't know. Once when we can start seizing the day when there are days to seize, we should double down on that, because I definitely have people that have expressed interest.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we haven't had any guests on yet. So, well,
No.
yes, we have one. We've had one guest. We've had Sydney on.
That's true. Yes, but we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit. Yeah, it is a little bit more complicated now with social distancing. We can't really have people come into a studio, but that is something that we are. Yeah, we've always wanted to do that. So we'll figure it out.
There are a lot here in Brooklyn. There's actually a new, I think it's the first in New York. There's a Brooklyn sake distillery that just opened around from my restaurant.
You were telling me about that.
Yeah, they're doing curbside pickup and sales right now. I think it's just called Brooklyn Sake, and I would love to figure out how that happened.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Have you ever tried any brewing or home distilling, Liz? I have not, but I've been adjacent to it and seen it gone horribly wrong. I
am scared of blowing things up, so I haven't done it yet.
When I lived in like a disgusting loft with a bunch of punks many years ago. And one of my buddies, he decided he was going to do a homebrew in like a big glass, one of those jugs. And he put it under the kitchen table, but I guess he just sort of forgot about it. So it was apples. It was like fermented apple juice. So one night we all come home from the bar and it was literally like a bomb went off in the apartment because that's exactly what happened.
Oh my God.
Giant thing just exploded, and there was just like glass and rotting apple everywhere. It was
No,
so
ma'am.
so not cute.
No, we both have pets, so
Yeah.
yeah, gotta be careful. I would try, like, I've been like, I think like something like the home brew beer, or like I would feel like kombucha feels like kind of safe.
I actually
Maybe.
I have a kombucha kit that I've been meaning to start. I got it back in December. So I think like it can be it can be safely done. I just maybe start. But yeah, I think like beer seems pretty approachable. Somebody said mead, dandelion.
Oh yeah,
Super be down to try.
that'd be awesome. Yeah, I think it's just like when I think of distilling, like home distilling sounds very
Yeah.
explodable.
Yeah.
But like brewing, I'd be into trying.
Yeah. I don't think no, yeah. I think that's the differentiation. Letting some stuff ferment and then filtering it, that's something I could do.
Yeah.
Having to distill something, then you're talking about flammables being heated to high temperatures. That's
And
just
pressure and
yeah.
nah.
Yeah, somebody brings up botulism, and there's always that. There's always botulism. Um, the thing, I have an older sister that would give me. I mean, Sydney makes beer, but she knows how to make beer, and she knows all the science that can go bad if you're making things. I don't trust my science. I don't know.
Oh, there's time.
Yeah.
Who knows how long we'll be home? Anyway,
Right.
so yeah, that's an interesting thing to think about, though.
Yeah. I saw somebody sent me like it was an Instagram ad, and it was some sort of like instant little like buddy. It looked like a little silver egg that you like put fruit in and sugar, and then you like leave it on your counter and it turns into fruit wine, I guess.
Fruit wine.
Yeah.
It just makes me think of Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, it felt like it's like this is just a I don't know, you're selling me a lot of money for something that I think is just a stylish egg to put my like toilet wine in.
Oh no. Yeah.
All right.
That's funny. It's like that's a conversation piece.
It is like, oh, what are you making in there? Oh, garbage wine.
Yeah.
I don't know. An app on your phone that goes, your garbage wine's ready. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yep.
Great. Excellent. I've been waiting to try my garbage wine.
I'm not above that, I should say. I just don't.
Yeah, no.
With
Not saying that.
Load.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. All right. Well, I think this is. You got any other comments? Any thoughts, Liz?
You're all beautiful.
That is always true.
I can see with my mind.
They are. Trust me, they've all been beautiful. Thank you all so much for coming by and watching us and joining us tonight. We will be back next Friday with another happy hour. Are you still here? Liz, your video just cut out. Why does this happen? All right. I'm gonna see if Liz's video comes back because it seems to have cut off. But hopefully she's still fine, and that's all right. Well, we'll see if she has to an invite in the next couple seconds. But if not, all right. I've been Taylor Smurl, and that has definitely been Liz June, and we have enjoyed hanging out with you so much. Someone has any hints for tomorrow's drinks? We didn't, since we caught up on episodes, we weren't sure if we were going to do another one tomorrow night. Check in with our Instagram early in the morning, and we will let you know. Because we gotta I don't want to put my partner here, but possibly we'll be back on tomorrow night. If not, catch us to the new episode on Monday, and we will have the adjacent happy hour the following Friday. And yeah, thanks again. As always, any suggestions for episodes that you're interested in? There's a lot of wine talk, so it seems like you all definitely are interested in some of that. So maybe we can pull a wine episode out for you next. Yeah, thank you so much as always, and I will see you soon. All right, good night, guys.